Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hello, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. That way you'll never miss out on another Friday video. Every single Friday, I have a video up, whether it's a pick a card reading or a spell or something else. Fridays are really special on our channel because I've been uploading on Fridays like for years. But anyways, today we're going to do pick a card. I know I haven't done one in a while. I've been getting your messages, your requests, your emails, your DMs, everything. You guys missed them. So today we're going to be doing a very, very special one. This is, what karmic pattern are you breaking? I thought it was so important to talk about this because everybody is breaking some sort of karmic pattern. We just sometimes have to understand what it is and why we're breaking it and why we were chosen to break it and why we're strong enough to break it. And sometimes we think we're not strong enough, but you're in the midst of it, which means that the universe and the spirits and the gods know and believe that you are strong enough to break this. And so that's why they're putting you through this. It's kind of like going through an obstacle course where you know it's going to be a little hard at certain points, but the end result is you're going to come out on top. So we're going to get into this. I'm going to have you pick a pile number or a charm. Hopefully, like the lighting here, it's so dull outside. It looks like it's about to rain. So hopefully the lighting is okay. You guys can see everything, but you're going to pick a pile or a charm. Pile number 1, or the bat. Pile number 2, the antlers. Or pile number 3, the dragon. Which one do you find yourself gravitating towards? Which one is pulling you in? Let me know in the comment section down below if you like this kind of a reading. Okay, so let's hop right into it. Pile number 1, everybody that picked the bat. So the bat has this unique message, and it's a message about rebirth. So something in your life forming again or being reborn, like some new energy of something. Let's see what that is. I have not looked at the cards yet. Let's go ahead and check it out. The first card that we have here is the Queen of Swords. Now that is super bright. Hopefully that is better. Queen of Swords. So the karmic pattern that you guys are breaking, what I see, the first message right off the bat is there's like a new energy in the way you speak. There's a new energy in the way that you make your values known, the way that you set your boundaries, the way that you say yes, and the way that you say no. It's different than like the people before you. Whether you're female or male, that's not the point of this video, but I do find significance in it. Like if you're female, sometimes it's a different kind of journey that you find yourself. And if you're male, it's a different kind of journey that you find yourself. But in this case, I see a lot of the karmic patterns that you're breaking is your voice, how you speak up, and how you react to your own aggression. Like it's a lot of that kind of things of what you say in what emotional state that you're in. That's a huge thing, and it's a pattern you're breaking because I feel like previously, like in your bloodline or in your generational history, there might have been people who are very, very submissive, so they don't speak up at all. And then there might have been also people that like just speak up so much that they just ruin everything, like they just react to everything. So what is it for you? Everybody's different. This is a general reading, which if you guys want to book a reading with me, head over to my Etsy shop. I just renewed a few spots so we can get a little bit more deeper into this. But the karmic cycle and the pattern that you're breaking is something to do with the way that you speak. It's your throat chakra. It's what you talk about, what you say, what you consume, even what you eat. Another karmic cycle you might be breaking is maybe, dietary wise, what you're eating, what you're consuming in your body. You might be changing it. maybe for years and years and years, for generational years, there was, you know, a certain type of a diet, and maybe you're either incorporating that now into your life, or you are kind of putting it to the side, or like kind of trying something else. Okay. The next card that comes up here is the Ace of Cups. Okay. So, what you have, your generational like lineage did not have. A lot of the things that you are blessed with, they didn't have, and they only wished that they could have. And a lot of it, they couldn't even fathom that it would be a real thing. Maybe for a lot, I see like technology, like cell phones, like a lot of your generational history might not have been so familiar with technology, and now you have technology at your fingertips. So you are very blessed, and they are telling you to use this because it will grow your prosperity, and it will grow your life and grow your blessings. Use this technology wisely, just like we said, what you're consuming. Use this wisely. Okay. The next card that comes up here is the Temple of My Body. Isn't that interesting? That's exactly what we're talking about. Let's not blindly follow what we've been told, and actually research things, find out about things, talk to professionals about things, about what we're consuming into our body. I feel like this is a lot of like nourishment of the body. It's a cycle that you're breaking, and it's talking about taking more care of your body. What are you eating? What are you not eating? When are you eating? How much are you eating? That's a huge thing right now in this pattern, because what we eat has so much to do with our body and our mind and our emotional, mental, everything, physiological, biological, everything. It affects everything. So what are we eating? I feel like if you guys consume fish, there should be a little bit more seafood in the diet. I also feel like there should be more of you cutting and preparing your own food. How is this like has anything to do with karmic cycles? It does. The fact that you cut and make your own food, the fact that you speak up, the fact that you nourish your body, the fact that you give your body what it needs when it needs it, but not overindulging. These are some patterns that you are breaking, and you're doing really, really good. But sometimes I know you do kind of beat yourself up for it. Like, should I be doing this? Like, I just would really like to eat this right now, but whatever the case may be, right? It's a lot to do with food. And I'm just like, this is generic. So it has to do with food, where also a lot of you I see starting your own restaurant or your business in food, something with food. That you're breaking a cycle or a pattern in your lineage when it has to do with food. You know, for me, generations and generations didn't eat pork. I don't eat beef, just because I feel like growing up, like at least up until my 30s, I never even touched beef. Like, it was not allowed. Very strict, and so afterwards I tried it, and my body just, it rejected it, and so for me I can't. But pork is something that there is a legend about pork, where if there was black magic or a curse done on you, and if you eat pork, it comes off. So when I was younger, I was fed pork because I got so sick. So sick. I was in the emergency room all the time. I had like, oh, it was horrible. And like, none of the doctors, nobody could do anything about it until I was fed pork. And after that, like 2-3 days later, it was gone. And I never had it again. knock on wood. But it's also, you could say it's a placebo, or you could say it's something that actually has some grain to it, like actually has some meaning to it, actually has some spiritual power to it, you know? So it's according to what you feel, how you believe. Everybody's different. Some of you guys might be going vegan right now, and it's probably totally against your generational lineage, right? Some of you guys might have been vegetarian all your life, and now you're gonna venture out into seafood and meat and stuff like that. It's different for everybody, but there is some kind of cycle that you're breaking that has to do with food and your tongue and your mouth and your throat chakra. So your voice, how you speak, how you portray yourself through your words and stuff like that. Which is very, very freaking interesting because we got the Banshee card. I know this card might freak a lot of you guys out, but I love this card. Banshee is like, I don't completely know everything about a Banshee. Oh God, as soon as I said that, I burped. I am so sorry. But you guys are my friends here, so we could burp together, right? Banshee is somebody that like has this really high frequency in their voice when they scream. It's just like power in their voice when they scream. They can make things happen. So this card right here is telling, again, it's about your voice. Speaking up. You know, what I see in this card as well is a lot of the women in your generation and your lineage and your history. They didn't speak up and they were not allowed to speak up. But you are different and you are speaking up, and you just don't care. You will speak up. There's no if, but, anything about it. You're going to speak up. And I'm really glad that you're doing that, because you're supposed to be doing that. You are breaking that cycle of keeping your mouth shut for a lot of you. And another thing is, you know, sometimes we speak things that are so cruel and harsh. This could also be another pattern that you're breaking, where just being very cruel, but it's not coming from a place of hatred. It's coming from a place of hurt. You want to hurt someone else through your verbal, through your words, before they can hurt you. So, you know, that's another cycle that is breaking here. The next card that comes up is surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. Sometimes you go 100 miles per hour. And you got to just calm it down. The temple of your body, right? You have to take care of this. Let's not get frail and weak. That's another pattern. Like, you know, a lot of people in your history, in your generation, your lineage, your ancestors, they burnt themselves out. They wouldn't stop. They wouldn't rest. They had to protect and survive. They had to, whatever they had to do, they couldn't sometimes. But you can. And you have to, because it will give you more power, it will give you more blessings, and it will open your roads a little bit more when your energy and your body is had a little bit of rest. When you keep going and going and going, and you don't rest, the aura and the energy around your body becomes chaotic, and that creates a lot of blocks in your finances, your prosperity, your job, your career, your relationships, your mental health. Okay. The last card that we have here is to clear your energy field. This lady is burning a sage bundle. There's plenty of ways to clear your energy field. You could burn sage around you. You could take a bath. You could take an herbal rinse. You can light incense, Palo Santo, Kapoor, or what is it called in English? Camphor. You can light camphor. Bay leaves are really good. So you're on the right path. You're headed towards a good direction. You are being pushed into this direction. A lot of the karmic things that you're breaking has to do with your voice, your throat chakra, your words, what you're consuming, what you're eating. And I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. And I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye. Hello to all of my second pile. So everybody that picked the antlers, really specific meaning to the antlers. It means growth. It means you guys are going through something where you're growing away, growing apart from these karmic cycles, which is really exciting. It's really, really good. That's good news. Let's dive into what exactly this means. I have not seen the cards yet, but let's see. First card that comes up is surrendering your defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, and then offer a clear and non-defensive response. So I feel like a lot of you guys are coming out of this energy where you're just like, you know, heavily reacting to something very, very quickly. Hence the antlers. Antlers are like, you know, what happens when they feel threatened? They just stick their antlers out and try to attack, right? So I feel like a lot of your history, your generation, your lineage, your ancestors, they were like that, where if they felt like they were being attacked, they would attack back. But you are learning a different way, and you're breaking that cycle. We also have here the card of justice, but it's upside down. So I am going to take this card upside down. Usually I don't take cards upside down, but I do feel like there are certain things where you're like, you know, my ancestors and my generation went through these things, and it made me listen to their stories and listen to their history and become defensive off of that. But now it's like justice is served in a different way. You are serving justice in a different way. Say somebody was wronged in your ancestral history, and the only way that people knew how to go about that was to become defensive, to become angry and aggressive, which is very understandable, of course. But for you, you're going about things in a different way, in a softer way, more gentle way, in a way where there's justice being served, but you don't have to be aggressive about it. The first thing that comes into my mind is like, if somebody just keeps bugging you, you just get a restraining order, they can't come near you. And so you didn't have to overreact. You didn't have to get violent. You didn't have to do anything like that. You just get legal action, and, you know, there's a restraining order. They can't come near you. And if they do, they're going to jail. So there's an easier way to solve problems nowadays than it was to solve problems back then. And I feel like that's a cycle that you're breaking, where you don't have to get violent, you don't have to get yourself in trouble, and become like overly reactive to certain things, because there's another better way around it. We also have here the Six of Cups, help and resources. What you're breaking out of right now, you have a lot of people and love and help and resources around you. People that care, people that really actually care about you around you, and that they would like drop everything to come and help you. And in having that kind of a bond or relationship, it's easier for you to not get so overreactive in certain situations in your life. It's a cycle that you're breaking, because maybe in the past, in your generational history, your ancestral history, people didn't have anybody to lean on, to count on, to have listened to them or to guide them. But you do. And so you're breaking that. And you are breaking that because you are shoving your antlers right through that. And you're growing in a way that they were not able to. I want to say that again. You're able to grow in a way that your generation and your ancestors were not able to because of what you have today and what they didn't have back then. So they want to see you grow. They want to see you accept this help. They want to see you accept this resources and not be so defensive, because that's fire. Defensiveness is fire energy. So you, of course, like if it's a general reading, so I'm going to give both ways. Sometimes fire is needed in a situation, but sometimes it's not. You can do other things instead of getting really, really fiery. We have here forgetting oneself. Interesting. The things that you're going through karmically. Okay, I'm going to flip these cards over so you don't see. The things you're going through karmically, and the situations and circumstances that you've been through in your life have made you feel like you have forgotten who you are, or you've forgotten a sense of self, or you just forgot your spirit. But I am telling you guys right now, as soon as you can let down your defensiveness, as soon as you can let down like who did what and who deserves what, and this person needs to be punished for this and this person needs to be punished for that, there is an abundance of resources and people, genuine opportunity that is about to come to you. But you cannot forget yourself. Do not forget yourself and who you are, what you stand for. I want you guys to go watch pile number 1. I really do. I really, really do. Because I feel like there's a message in pile number 1 for you. This is just a detailed reading for pile number 1. I swear to God. Like, go watch pile number 1. Do not forget yourself in the midst of an emotional or mental breakdown. Don't forget yourself in the midst of a chaotic situation. Don't forget yourself in any kind of experience or situation that might have happened in your life. Don't forget who you are, what you believe in. Because there's a power in that. There's a power in it. I'm not just saying that out of my asshole. I'm saying remember who you are and what you believe in. And if you need to, get out a piece of paper, get out your journal, and write it down. What are the top 5 things in your life you believe in? What are the top 5 things in your life that you know you deserve? It will help you get your mind right in understanding and believing what you deserve and what you work so hard for and what you believe in. And then when you understand and realize that and write it down, and then when somebody else approaches you with something that goes against what you believe in, you will know, maybe sometimes I don't even have to react. Or maybe sometimes I just don't even have to pay attention. I know what I stand for. And obviously you stand for something different, and that's okay. I'm not going to forget myself because of what you believe in. I'm not going to forget the people that love me because of what you're saying. Justice is different for every single person. And defensiveness is a weakness, but it is a natural part of us as well. So we need to learn how to understand it and tame it. And that's a cycle that you're breaking. The next card that we have here is Potions and Spells. Interesting. This is one of my favorite. I love this. You guys know I love this. A pinch of this, a dash of that. Be sure you're sure before you call. I want you guys to watch my video where I talk about the #1 ingredient in any manifestation, any spell, any ritual you ever do. This card goes hand in hand with that. I want you guys to go watch that. It's talking about going into a ritual or a spell. And not even that, going into your job, going into a relationship, going into your mental health, your physical health. How are you approaching these things? Are you approaching them where you're defensive, like, oh my God, I'm like so fat, like I will never lose the weight, but I'm still gonna work out. Like what, like that's probably really offensive, but, or are you going into a spell where you have forgotten yourself, but you're going into a spell to create something and manifest something? How are you going to manifest that without a sense of self? You cannot. Go look at that video. Our #1 ingredient is our self. You can use as many herbs and charms and tarot and oracle cards and oils that you want, but if yourself is not right, it's going to create blocks and you're not going to get what you want. A lot of you guys, I see that you guys are practicing something, either spells or rituals or manifestation methods, and you're questioning yourself, like, why is it working? Why is it taking so long? It's because you're defensive in certain areas of your life where it's creating a block between you and your manifestation. You have the resources. This card is showing me right here, you can get anything you want. You just gotta balance things out properly. You're very powerful in your spiritual work, but do not forget yourself. And remember that yourself, your spirit, your emotions, your thoughts are one of the #1 most powerful ingredients. And you're breaking the cycle. You know, there might have been a lot of people in your family, in your generational history that was practicing a lot of things, whatever they were practicing, however they were doing it, but they were not doing it in the right way because they were doing it. If you do a love spell when you're angry, it's like you're baking a cake and then you put hella salt in it. Or you're baking a cake and you put chili peppers in it. It's an ingredient that doesn't go. It doesn't belong. And the last card that comes up for you guys is to dream journal. A lot of you guys might be experiencing dreams. You know, nightmares, or, you know, dreams that might make you feel uncomfortable, or dreams that you don't even understand. But I want you guys to write all of the dreams down. Anything you remember from the dream. Colors, symbols, a crack on the concrete, a plant, words being said, smells, whatever you remember. And then go Google it in a dream dictionary and put the story together. Because that's also a spell that your subconscious is giving you while you're unconscious. It might be an aspect of yourself that you forgot, which makes you be defensive and lose sight of what's right and fair for you, and go on about not accepting the help and resources from other people that could help you. It's a cycle you're breaking. You're growing in a way that your ancestors were not able. You're growing in a way where your parents were not able. Your elders were not able to, but you are. And it's hard, but you're there because you're worthy of it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye. Okay, for all of my pile number 3, the dragons, let's get into what your reading has in store for you. Now, what karmic cycle, what karmic pattern are you guys breaking? I haven't shuffled I shuffled them, but I haven't read the cards yet. But let's get into the dragon first of all. The dragon here is telling me there's something about passion. There's something where you're breaking some kind of a cycle where it has to do with something you're in love with. Whether this be career, a relationship, a person, your own children, something that you broke some sort of big cycle by loving something or someone. Okay? Exactly. You surrendered to your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every single lesson and every single moment. Now, I want you guys to go watch pile number 2 because I feel like there's a lot of messages in there for you as well. But, you know, this is so beautiful because you guys have evolved into this new person. And you broke a cycle that had to do with maybe you were told you can't do this. And you did it and you proved them wrong. That's a huge message of your specific reading. The next card that comes up, and there's a reason that this card is like broken. And I'll tell you, like every single card, everything in my readings, it's very synchronistic. Nothing is coincidence. So the world card right here, my dog, Klaus, he ate it. This is the card that he took. He stole it and he took a chunk out of it. And which is funny to me because I put a dog on my vision board that looked just like him. Little did I know what this dog even was, if it was like a hybrid mix of something or what. I just found this dog to be absolutely beautiful and I put it on my vision board, and Klaus is a replica of that dog. And so when he took this card, the world is a representation of you manifesting something, you gaining it, and now it's in your life. Now how are you going to take care of it? I manifested him, so I have to make sure that he's taken care of for the rest of his life, right? So when you manifest even a house, or you manifest lots of money, you manifest a relationship, how are you going to make sure that you take care of it? That is the pattern that you're breaking. I feel like you harness these things, but you are learning to understand how to keep it. And that is a pattern that you're breaking. And then we have here Queen of Cups. Somebody that is okay with showing and expressing their emotions. Somebody that is okay with showing strength in the way that they express their emotions. They don't care. Like if they feel the way they feel, they will express it and they will say it. They don't care like what you think. And that's very powerful sometimes. And I feel like you are breaking that cycle where you're just like very, very okay with expressing how you feel. You have nothing to lose. I feel like a lot of you guys feel that way. You just want to put it all out there. Like you just are very open with how you feel. Even if that makes people uncomfortable. You picked the dragon after all, right? The next card that we have here is Artificial Heart. Some of you guys keep a lot of your emotions and your thoughts and feelings to yourself. You are isolating yourself. You are keeping yourself a little cold. and also kind of viewing the world a little cold. Let's try to not go into the same pattern as our ancestors, as the people before us, where maybe sometimes a hard situation might have made them cold, or might have made them make bad decisions. So let's not go to that route, which sometimes, it's easy to make a bad decision when you are in a bad place. But what I see here is that you've manifested something. So you are not in a bad place, but you might think you are. But you manifested something. So let's try to head our viewpoints. Let's try to head our vision towards what we manifested and how to nurture it, how to keep it, and how to be grateful for it, and then how to grow it. The dragon, fire, passion. What kind of energy can you feed into your passion, and what is your passion? That is a karmic cycle that you're breaking as well. Like, you're following something that not a lot of your ancestors or your generation could or even would. So I do feel like sometimes you get a little cold as well, because you might have been doing something different that they don't or wouldn't accept. Or some of them might just be really, really proud of you. You don't know, but they'll let you know. If, they are your ancestors that have passed away, they'll let you know. The next card that comes up for you guys is apples. To taste, one must swallow it whole, and beneath the satin flames hides drowning waters. Okay, so for some of you, what I see here is there's some sort of like hoarding energy. Like, what are you holding on to? There's something you're holding on to. You're kind of hoarding. Like, you're kind of like accumulating too much of this certain thing. What is that? Let's try to get rid of it, sort through it, see what we can kind of throw away and what we can keep. So for a lot of you, I feel like that's a huge message. And for some of you, I feel like there is a calling for you to work a little bit more with more natural things. Breaking karmic cycles for you might be meaning like getting a little bit less materialistic. I feel like a lot of our ancestors were striving towards buying like property or a house or land or something to have a roof over the head and food and land or whatever, right? Whatever the case might have been. I know my great grandmother used to go around the street and beg for food. So it's different for everybody. So like whatever it was, I feel like, there's this need for you guys to understand what you have and work with those things. And like the things that are already in your home, work with those. The things that you already have means to, work with those. The things you already have in your possession, work with those. And it has to do with your home and your house. So the last card that comes up, I might have lost my train of thought because I know I was supposed to say something. I know I was supposed to say something right here. And I completely forgot. That is so weird. If I remember, I'll say it, but that is so weird. Like, I know I was supposed to say something here. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, the last card that comes up is rest. I want you guys to give your body rest, because a lot of you, like, after you manifest something, then you have to take care of that manifestation and nurture it and all of those things. And you can't just like keep going and going and going in all these aspects of your life, being the dragon, just blowing fire in all the aspects of your life, and then becoming cold to all the other aspects of your life, which is your spirituality, which is your heart, which is like your rest, how to take care of your body, taking care of your body, giving it what it needs, and not holding on to something so tightly that it's kind of like affecting your your livelihood. You manifested something, which is very different from your ancestors and your generation, where they strived to manifest so many things, but you manifested something very quickly, and you broke a cycle and a pattern where you're able to manifest so quickly. You are able to do these things with your mind. And then you're also able to detach. You're able to burn fire into your manifestations. Just your emotions alone manifest so many things. But you have to rest your body as well. Alright, so this is going to be a reading. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye.